The Grow My Cleaning Company podcast helps owners of cleaning companies just like you to grow your company and yourself so you can make more money and finally get the time and money freedom that probably got you into this business. Discover how to automate and create systems that allow you to grow like crazy without losing control. If you dig the show and want to show some love, subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes. It really helps. Enjoy the show.
It's Lindsay Bjorklund, and I am back again today with the fabulous Tracey Thompson. And today we are going to expand on our last podcast. So if you didn't hear our podcast about the, what was it again, Tracey? How did we phrase it? Oh my gosh, totally on the spot. We did.
Well, I know we've talked a lot about the difference between thinking like an owner and a leader versus the worker mentality. And we've had a lot of discussion around topics around that. And honestly, we do so many podcasts in different contexts and different, like, I don't remember the exact title, but
owner, operator versus stakeholder. Got it. Pulled it out.
Yes, absolutely. So today is going to be a continuation of that.
Awesome. I like it. I feel like we barely scratched the surface last time because there's so many subtleties that go into that whole process. And today you wanted to talk about being nice. What we haven't even talked about it yet. So what do you mean? What do you have for us, Tracey?
Like being nice. Oh my goodness. Okay. So when did nice become a 4-letter word? Right? It is a 4-letter word. So I get this a lot. So when we bring people, I just want to say, Clean Nation, you're out there, you're probably listening to us and followed us for a while because you identify yourself as being a nice person. And we want you to be a nice person. That isn't what I'm talking about. Being nice in the way that we're going to talk about it today is the not useful. It's the old worker mentality type of quote unquote nice. I'm making air quotes right now for those of you who are listening. Air quotes, nice. Okay, so we're going to dive into what does it look like when nice isn't nice. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to give an example because I like real world, like real time examples. This happened on one of our alumni calls just yesterday, so it's super fresh. On the alumni call, we had an owner. She came in. She was like, I just really want to talk through what's going on. I'm trying to hire. I've been hiring. And I'm finding the old story of creeping back that nobody really wants to work. And there no good people are out there, and I can't find them, and all the old stories that we're starting to creep up for her. And she says, I know better because I've worked with you. I know better, but I'm having a really hard time with that. So I started unpacking it with her. I'm saying, well, tell me what's happening. Tell me what's going on. She said, well, I'm having these interviews and they seem to do really well. They answer all the questions right. And they seem to be saying all the right things. Mm-hmm. And then they come in and within a week or two, sometimes a little bit longer, they're like different people. They just start doing crazy things and not showing up or doing a bad job, or seem to be totally opposite of what they said. And so I was like, all right, okay. Let's dig a little deeper, because it always, when you're the owner, here's the thing, you're not an employee anymore. You're the owner, you're the leader. It all starts and stops with you. So any line of inquiry that goes, what's wrong with them, isn't going to serve you. I'm just going to say it right now. If you're thinking to yourself, what's wrong with, and then you fill in the blank and it has anything to do with somebody else, and you didn't ask yourself this inquiry about yourself first, stop and go back to the beginning and the end, and that's you. So I asked her some questions about her. Okay, like, what's going on? Because the truth is, Most people will show you who they really are really fast. And you made a good point to this particular client. You said, you know what? When you get that spidey sense, you get that gut feeling like, uh-oh, there's something going on with this person. And then you ignore it because you're trying to be, here's the 4-letter word. Everybody say it with me. Nice. Right? Oh, I was trying to be nice. Nice doesn't work in this context. This is a malignant version of nice. And this is what she was saying. She was saying, well, I think I'm being too nice. I'm too nice to these. I'm a softie. I'm too nice. And I said, okay, all right. Now we're at the heart of it. Let's talk about nice. All right. So in this context, if you're one of those people that said, oh, but I'm a nice person. I want to be nice to people. I want them to be happy. I don't like upsetting people. I don't like confrontation. I'm not that kind of person. And you find yourself similarly to this client in a situation where nice is not serving you anymore. Let's talk deeper. Let's talk about what nice really is. Okay. So buckle down, take some notes. If you're driving, hold on to the steering wheel because we're going to get some bumpy road here. Right? We're about to
hurt a little.
We're about to navigate some bumpy roads here. Okay. So here it is. In this context, and I said to her very straightforward, I'm going to be really honest with you. That's not being nice. That's being weak. And she was like, oh, okay. Yeah. She saw it right away. She was like, you're right. That was me being weak because I didn't really want to say what I was really thinking. I didn't really want to confront this person or these people early on when I started seeing the warning signs early, and I let it go too far. For the sake of trying to not upset people, when you're a leader, let's be specific here. This is worker mindset. When you're a worker, what do they tell you? You go along to get along, right? You don't speak up. You try to be nice. You try to, just smooth things over. You don't speak up. You don't say things. You're not paid to do that when you've got a job. But when you're the owner and you're not speaking up and you're not taking that leadership role and you're not willing to lean into the difficult, challenging conversations, guess what happens? You find yourself with employees, for example, this is a great example, who, oh my gosh, well, they were so nice when we interviewed. They were so good. They answered all the right way. And then they go south and you wait because you're trying to be quote unquote nice. You wait too long and they start destroying the business. They're the apple, the bad apple that turns the others bad, that infects the clients. She even said, yeah, I lost an account because of one of these people, right? So this is when nice is no longer nice. Okay, so I want you all to think about a situation where you would say about yourself, well, I probably am just being too nice. I want you to stop saying that because it does not serve you as a leader to keep saying, but I'm being nice. That's not nice. I want you to lean into the pain that will help you change this forever, to change this old pattern, this old story. Okay. I want you to replace nice with weak. Oh, that's just me being weak. Uh-oh. Ooh, yeah, that stings, right? You're like, ouch, ouch, right? And then I want you to say, and I'm not a weak person. Right after that, right? Oh, that's just me being weak, but I'm not a weak person. So that's not okay. So do you see how when you couple those two things together, yes, it's painful, it stings to admit that we've been weak, but we quickly embolden and empower ourselves by saying, and I'm not a weak person. I'm not a weak leader. I am a strong, resilient, amazing leader. an owner. Okay. So Lindsay, I know you were on the call last night.
Yeah.
How do you see this because I know you do a lot of helping inside Grow My Cleaning Company with hiring and managing virtual assistants, and you have some experience with this. How have you also seen this show up, and what are some of the examples of how being quote unquote nice doesn't work?
Yeah, well, the hiring and sticking with someone too long that you know in your gut isn't a fit, that's number one. Number two is another example that is easy to do is when you're too nice to delegate. So, so you might be thinking, oh, I have this task and I'll just do it myself because I'll do it faster. I don't want to like burden the other person. Meanwhile, they're your employee, they're working for you. You should give them stuff to do. You shouldn't. That's a weakness. That's you not taking charge. So
good.
Delegate.
Man, that's good, Lindsay. Thank you so much. That's amazing. So true. Clean Nation. How many times have you been the one that goes, oh, well, you know what? I'll just do it myself, or it's faster, or it's easier. That's just me being productive, and all those lies, those pretty little soft lies we tell ourselves that keep us in the worker mentality, creating more jobs for ourselves instead of creating jobs for other people. And that's not nice inside a company. Your job is to reframe nice. So if any part of you is like, oh yeah, I've done that. Like, it's just better for me to do it easier, faster, whatever. I feel guilty when I've got my workers out there and I'm back in the office. Any part of that, I'm telling you, there's an old story, an old a pattern behind this, right? An old, like a program. That's what I was looking for, an old program that was playing. So let's try this. I want to challenge all of you out there. I know it's going to feel a little uncomfortable for probably a little bit. So you're going to have to practice it. Every time you're inclined to say to yourself, I'm going to give this person another chance. Oh, I'll overlook that. Oh, I'll do it myself. Not delegate, not have hard conversations because you're being nice, right? Telling yourself the story that you need to be nice, or you want to get along and you want everyone to be happy. Okay. I want you to replace nice, getting whatever word you use. Maybe it's not nice. Maybe for you, it's like, oh, I just think that's just my responsibility, or that's just what I'm supposed to do. I want you to replace that with, that's me being weak. And if it stings when you say that, good. I want it to sting because that's going to wake up, break that pattern, right? We want to disrupt the old pattern. And then I want you to quickly replace, oh, that's me being weak. Oh, I didn't delegate. There I go again. I did it myself. That's me as a leader being weak. And I chose the path of least resistance because it was old and well worn. I'm not a weak person, and I'm not a weak leader. And so I'm going to do it different. I'm going to delegate that, even though it feels uncomfortable. I'm going to have that hard conversation with that new employee that if I let go any longer, could spoil the whole bunch. I'm going to do that instead because I'm a strong, courageous, bold leader. Yes. You're going to add something here. I could tell.
Oh, I was just thinking, you got my wheels turning. I'm like, what about the other side of the business that people, I'm just going to say it, are weekend is when they let new clients talk them down on their price. And we see it all this time. And we teach our clients, like, you have to hold fast to not just your values, but the value of yourself that you bring to people, and not lower your price. So I just wanted to hear your thoughts on that, Tracey.
Yes, you are so right. So what does being, quote, nice, as a 4-letter word, nice, look like inside the client relationship or the prospect relationship? Oh, it's so good. I would say it's even doubly true, because here's the versions of nice, the not nice version is making accommodations for clients, bending the rules, doing things you don't normally do, making exceptions. Oh, well, they're a big client, so I'll let them, and then you fill in the blank, whatever it is that you wouldn't normally do for this person, or you put up with a bunch of hoo-ha, right, from this client. Or you lower the price, or any one of those things are things that are not nice. You are not being nice to your business. Right? You have a duty as a shareholder in this business. You are responsible for a healthy profit margin. You are responsible for shepherding and caring for and growing this business. That is where you now need to reframe being nice. That's being nice. Having boundaries is being nice. Having clear expectations with prospects, with your clients, with your workers, with your managers, with everyone involved, that's nice. Having boundaries and clear expectations. When you bend the rules, when you make exceptions, not nice, right? And it's not scalable. So let's all just commit to ourselves with clients, prospects, and workers or potential workers that the new version of nice is what's healthy and right for the business, because you are the stakeholder and the leader. And that is your number one job. Okay. And anything else is you being weak. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm not trying to beat you here. I'm just saying it's useful when we reframe our identity. And this is really about an identity shift, isn't it? It truly, at its base, It's about you shifting your identity from the worker mentality of, oh, I just need to get along and make people happy and do the work myself. That's worker, okay? Versus owner and shareholder and leader. Okay, so it's time to redefine nice as of right now. So what do leaders do, Lindsay? You know what? One thing they do, they take action and they do things differently. When they see something, right? They have an aha. If you've had an aha right now, Clean Nation, I want to challenge you not to just do this mentally, and that's a big part of it, but to take a new action. If you're like, yes, okay, I am ready to step fully into that leadership role, and I'm going to, as a leader, I'm going to level up. I'm going to level up the way that I work with people, the way that I talk with people, the way that I have challenging conversations, and I'm going to challenge myself to do things that are difficult, but for the sake of growth and scaling my business. So what are some of the ways we could support them in that today?
Yeah. So first of all, if you are ready to stand in your power and are tired of being, air quotes, nice, the best thing to do for you would be to go to growmycleaningcompany.com/talk. So you can get on the phone with one of our amazing coaches and ask them. If this really hit home for you, I'd be like, I would tell them, I listened to this podcast where Tracey was talking about being nice and how it's not scalable. And I want to get out of that. They'll be able to give you ideas of how to do that. And for all of our alumni out there, I know you guys listen. And if you're sitting there going, I really need to hone in on this and I need help, you're going to email Tracey. This is for alumni only. You're going to email Tracey at TRACEY, important, TRACEY at growmycleaningcompany.com. And yes. Tracey, any last words for us today?
Yes, I really want to hit this home. It's not that we don't want you to be nice. We want you to be a different version of nice and redefine it so that you are empowered as a leader versus being stuck in a worker's mindset that will never allow you to grow your business. This is what it's all about. And as a confident, courageous leader, sometimes you have to admit to yourself that you're ready to do things differently. And that's what differentiates you between you having a job and you owning a business. So I want to just say one last time, you can do this. You do hard things all the time. Do the hard things that are going to grow the business versus doing hard things that create suffering. Okay? You got this.
All right, Cleaning Nation, that's it for today. Thank you so much, Tracey, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, here we are, the end of the podcast, and you made it. Great job. I've got a little bonus for you for sticking through with me, but like I mentioned before, if you got value out of this podcast and you want to show a little love, subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Spotify, wherever the heck you're listening to this thing. Share with a friend, share the love. And as a special thank you for those of you that stuck with me to the end, how about I give you my personal phone number so we can text? It's a great way for me to get to know you, your business, your goals personally. So shoot me a text now, 602-932-6431. That's 602-932-6431. I am the only one who responds to these texts, and I will personally respond to everyone I possibly can as long as this number is manned. Don't know how long we're going to keep this at the end of the podcast, so grab it now, 602-932-6431. Give me a text, say hey, can't wait to meet you.